Rachel, and today I am back with another video. This time we are going to be updating my B6 Stalogy. It's Friday today, so we are not updating at all, but it's been a bit of a week, and I'll talk to you about that in a bit. I bet you're thinking, oh my god, here's the drama again. It's just life, guys. Today we're going to be using a kit from Plans that I've printed out myself. This is the lemonade stand kit, and as soon as I printed it, I was like, oh, this is this week's kit. It's so gorgeous. Hopefully you've just seen my haul where I've put all of the Plans kits in that I have printed out. If not, then don't worry, it is coming soon. But yeah, we've got 8 full boxes. We've got an extra full box, some date covers and some washi. We have got some functional boxes and some headers, some more functional boxes, some glitter headers and some functionals, some more functionals and some squiggles as well, because who doesn't need squiggles? So let's pop that to the side. Now my Stalogy is up to date up to last week, so that's quite good. So yeah, this is how the last 2 weeks in here turned out. I did do plan with me videos for these, but this is how they finished off. So this of course was a gorgeous kit from LV Planning Co. And then this one was for Jensen's birthday. This is the Pookie birthday kit from Pookie Bear Cuties. Jensen had a lovely birthday week. Thank you so much for all of his birthday wishes. And a couple of people put some money in the buy me a coffee down at the bottom as well, which is super kind of you guys. I've passed it on to him, and the people that sent it, I've sent thank you videos. Jensen doesn't like being on the channel, so if you ever sent anything into the PO box or you did send money, I'm not asking you to, I'm just saying if you ever did do something for him, obviously Paige and I come on and say thank you to people, but Jensen will sometimes just send a little private video, or I will do it. He will let me film a little private video to say thank you, and I'll send it on to the person, or I will just type thank you because he's not in the mood. He's not a huge fan of being on the channel, and that is absolutely his prerogative. I definitely respect that. Paige, of course, doesn't have that problem, and she will come on and thank you herself, and everybody will hear it. But yeah, don't ever worry about Jensen not getting things sent in or anything like that, because I've got some super kind people on my channel, and it's never, ever, ever expected for anybody to send things in to any of us, but it's definitely appreciated when people do, and he does say thank you. So that's how last week turned out. We're going to move on to this week. Oh, dearie me, what a week, what a week. We're going to do the cousin layout just because I think that's all I've got the energy for today. No, it's okay, everything is all right. We're just having a bit of an adjustment in this house at the moment. So obviously I just touched on the fact that Dexter had been to the vets. He is now fully blind and fully deaf. So, and that's not going to get any better. That's cataracts now, and they won't operate on a dog of his age. So he's adjusting to that. He had a few really good days, and then he had a few really hard days where he just really struggled with it, and he was frightened. But this week he seems to have turned a corner. Like today and yesterday, he's been taking himself off outside to go to the bathroom. He won't get up for anybody else but me though. So Chris gets up in the morning quite early for his work shift, and ordinarily Chris would just open the back door, let them go out, and then they can come in the living room, and then they'll just be up when I get up, and that's how it's always been. But he will not get up for Chris or Jensen or anyone else now. He just waits for me to come downstairs. So I'm setting myself a little alarm to get up in time for him, so that he will go to the toilet. But this morning he got up off the bed, went down the end of the kitchen, and then went outside and just did his toilets and came back in by himself. So super proud of him. It's an adjustment. But yeah, for now it is having a little bit of an impact on our lives, or mine anyway, because I'm just conscious that I don't want to leave him at home really at all, to be honest. But I will leave him for a couple of hours, and then sort of if we've still got plans to do other stuff, I'll let other people go off and do that, and then I'll come home and see to him. He's just my baby, you know, I need him. But he's still happy enough. I took him to the vets for that appointment because he needed some meloxicam, and she just said, let's just have a look at him and see how he's getting on, and we'll just have a chat about his quality of life, because obviously, you know, I need that boy forever, I want that boy forever, but I am going to make the correct decision for him when the time comes, because I can't be selfish like that. If he's got a poor quality of life and he's frightened and scared, then I'm going to have to make that choice, because it's just not fair. But the vet said, from what I've been saying and what he looks like and how he was acting in the vet, you know, she thinks he's being very brave and very resilient and getting on with it. And she said, I know you think it's life-changing, and it is, but it's the reality for a lot of dogs, and it'll surprise you how much they will adjust to it. The only problem that I've got is that in my back garden, I think I've said this before, or I've told this story to so many people lately. If I'm repeating myself, I am sorry. But we've got some paving stones at the top of the garden, and then it goes down to just some flat concrete. And so there is like a 2 centimetre sort of lip. And if he ends up getting down there, if he ends up going towards that bit, he can stumble down the lip. And I make sure that I'm with him so he can't do that, and I'll direct him. But if I've said to Jensen, can you just watch him for a minute whilst I make some breakfast or whilst I get his medication ready, and he's not getting to him in time, and he's like, Mummy, he's stumbled down the bit. And he's not like limping or anything afterwards. I don't think he's hurting himself. But obviously I don't want him to do that. It's not very nice. So I don't know if I can like block it off, but I haven't got anything to block it off. And then there was a couple of days last week where he just would not go out in the slightest, so I was having to put the lead on him. But he still wouldn't walk around the back garden. But if I put the lead on him and took him out the front, as in like on the street, like we were going for a proper walk, then he would go, and he would go to the toilet. But there have been a few nights this week where I have stood in the garden with him like 11 o'clock at night or midnight for a good 45 minutes whilst I've tried to persuade that boy to go to the toilet, because I don't want to leave him not going to the toilet. I'm frightened that I'll get up in the morning and he'll have had an accident, but he won't have gone anywhere. Ordinarily he'd go down to the end of the kitchen, because I always put a little mat out just, you know, for elderly dog accidents. Not that it happened very often, definitely few and far between. But now I'm worried that because of the whole blind thing, that he'll just stand up in his bed and pee in his bed and then sleep in it. So I can't leave him without going to the loo. You can tell him if you want. Yeah? Oh. Paige has just come in. She's got something to tell you. Or something that she wants to talk to you about. But then she said, can I tell them now? And I was like, yeah. And then she was like, okay, I'll be back. She's in the kitchen rummaging for snacks. Apparently this is we're going to need a snack story. Right, go on then.
So, Dexter, he's blind and deaf. And yesterday he was doing really good going for the toilet, walking back and forth.
Yeah.
And he ate his breakfast, he ate his tea.
Tell them what happened at breakfast time today.
He ate Effie's breakfast and his breakfast. He got some on his noggin.
Dexter ate both breakfasts. For some reason, Effie wasn't very hungry today, was she?
No. And he went for the toilet, good.
He did?
Yeah.
So Dexter ate his breakfast and I put Effie's breakfast out. Then Dexter got back on his bed. Effie kept sniffing at her breakfast, but she walked away, and I just thought, oh, well, I will just leave that there and she can get to it when she wants to get to it. It was on the other side of the room, so we thought, given Dexter's situation, that he wouldn't get it. But then we turned around.
He actually had it.
So. He ate his breakfast and Effie's breakfast. So we're going to have to offer Effie something for dinner, because she just must have not been hungry this morning, maybe.
Yeah, because she's going to have to have dinner now.
Yeah.
She's going to have dinner with us.
We won't leave a girl hungry, will we?
Because if we leave until for tea time, she's just going to be sniffing the bag and like, I want some dinner.
Yeah, we can't leave her hungry, can we? No. So that's your story you wanted to tell, is it?
Yeah.
Good, it was a good story.
I'm playing a game on the TV and it's one of my most favourite games.
Okay, well, you go and finish that off then.
I'm actually nearly at the stage.
Wow. Right, let's get some boxes down then. Yeah, it's been an adjustment and it's been a bit sad for Paige. She is struggling to not feel upset about what's happened. So, right, let's get our boxes down then. Now, we've not got too much to put on this week, I'm afraid. It's been one of those weeks where we've kind of not done too much, but I do plan to go and see my nan today, and we did go to Clip and Climb, which was fun. So we can put all of those things down. So, what are we going to start with? Let's do I have any trackers? Did I not print any trackers? I did not print any trackers. That's not a problem though, because I have this. I've not got a Monday through Sunday either, have I? Let's put a glitter header down. Let's mark through Monday. Okay, there we go. Right, so all I did really on Monday was do a little bit of shopping. Monday was a rough day for Dex. This has only very recently happened, by the way. This has been maybe 2 weeks. Let's use this. I think this one will go. And then we don't really have another one that's in the same. Is that the same? That's not quite the same, but I reckon we can get away with it. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to give it a go. So we'll put these down and we'll just miss out on the Monday through Sunday, which will be the meal tracking, but that's fine. Most of the week is gone now already. So yeah, we don't need to be fussing about that. All I've got to put down is I just did a bit of shopping and that was it. Chris was back at work. He'd had quite a bit of time off work for Jensen's birthday. I know you've been getting videos quite frequently, but I've actually not filmed. So this is today, and I've actually not filmed since it will be the Friday. I've not filmed since Friday the 11th, so I've actually had almost 2 weeks off. It is 2 weeks off exactly because it's today, isn't it? Yeah, so that, which has been nice, but I've got some stuff to catch up on now. Yeah, just because of Jensen's birthday and the things that we were doing, and because Chris was off, I knew that I wouldn't end up filming too much, so I pre-filmed. All I've got to put down on Monday is that we went to the Co-op. I printed these myself, so if we've got any misprints, I only got myself to blame. Let's put a nice icon on there then. Coming up to the end of the school holidays now. It was 2 weeks on Tuesday that they had left, so it's going to be 1 week. So they've got 1 week and 4 days left, maybe. Is that right? Yeah. 1 week and 4 days left. I've still got school uniforms to sort out. But yeah. Lastminute.com. It's a rough month with Jensen's birthday and the money that we've got to spend on uniforms and all of that stuff. So we just spread the cost through the month. Right then. Let's move on to Tuesday. I'm definitely going to put this pretty girl here down. She's beautiful. Let's put that there at the bottom. Tuesday. Chris was on a half day on Tuesday. What did we do on Tuesday? Oh, we had dotties. Oh, we did. We had dotties. Oh, it was so good. We've had it twice this week. We've had it with Theo and Iris as well. On Wednesday, it was 2 days in a row. So let's do that then. We'll put Chris half day. And then we'll put dotties. And I was just going to say that I don't think I have any ice cream stickers, but then I've remembered that I was just filming a haul and I got a grab bag from Happy Bees and there were some ice cream stickers in there. So let's have a look through here and figure that out then. It will be in here somewhere. All the stuff from that haul is just dumped over there. It's these here, isn't it? Oh, and it's, yeah, perfect. I always have apple pie, 2 scoops of apple pie. I'm just going to leave that off for now and we'll put it on when I've got my box down and then it doesn't end up underneath another box. Yeah, 2 scoops of apple pie ice cream with salted caramel sauce and nuts, and oh my god, it's to die for. And then the next thing that I need to put down is that Chris and I are playing Gears of War 2. We've done Gears of War 1. We have obviously played them before. This is probably the 3rd time that we've played through the entire series. Chris and I are a bit like retired gamers. Before we had the kids, when we were a lot younger, we used to game all the time, and I was never a gamer. Before I met him, like, I didn't even own a video game console, and then we got one very soon after we met, actually. Have I ever told you guys the story of when Chris and I met? So I'll dial it down a bit, but long story short, I went out on a night out with a friend on a Friday night and I met Chris. And he offered us some drinks and my friend rinsed him for loads of glasses of wine. I don't even drink wine. And he was buying her drinks, like, to stay in the conversation with me. This is what my friend was like at the time. She was terrible. And he was trying to talk to me. He was like buying her drinks and then like, whatever, you go away, so that he could talk to me. She was taking the 2 drinks. And we went off somewhere else. He disappeared and went off somewhere else. And then we turned up somewhere else in the night, and he saw, my friend was really, really tall. And he saw her, so he knew that I must be around. So, yeah, we met up again, had a little kiss, and then we had a takeaway at the end of the night, and then he went home and I went home. He texted me the next day, which was a Saturday, and then he wanted to come round that night. So he came round that night, the Saturday after the Friday that we met, and he hasn't gone home yet, 17 years later. So he came round on the Saturday, stayed over, never went home. He moved in. He moved in. The 2 kids and 2 dogs, and a whole load of dramas later, here we are. But yeah, we was, so probably about 2 weeks after we met, we both bought an Xbox together. And yeah, we played all sorts of stuff, loads of stuff together. Rainbow Six Siege. I think the Xbox came with the original Saints Row game. Or did it come with the Gears of War game? Anyway, yeah. So we used to stay up until, gosh, 2, 3 in the morning playing these daft games. So when we play these games again, it sort of brings all of that back, which is nice. And I'm still just as rubbish as I was then. When I said, like, I'm a retired gamer, I wasn't any good. I was utter rubbish, and he still shouts at me now because I get us killed all the time. But yeah, that's how it is. Right, Wednesday we went to Dottie's again because we're naughty. Let's use this box here. And that was it really. And I'll tell you what I've been watching. I've been watching all the James Bond films. I recorded, what one was it? I recorded GoldenEye, the one with Pierce Brosnan in it, and so now it's recording all of them, and I love it because it just reminds me of my dad. My dad used to watch them all the time. Obviously not those ones. I lost my dad in '98, so he's not seen any of those ones, but I do like to watch them all because it just reminds me of him, and I wonder what would he have thought of this one? What would he have thought of Daniel Craig as James Bond and all that jazz? So yeah, I do quite like it, but I'm currently watching The World Is Not Enough. I watched Die Another Day yesterday, and I thought that I'd seen all of the James Bond films. I could have sworn that I'd seen all the James Bond films, but I'm watching this and not knowing what's going on. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that I've never watched it before, but normally when I'm watching something that I've watched before, there is a point where I go, oh, but I watched that entire film with no clue of what was going on. So I'm not sure that I'd ever seen Die Another Day before. We're going to bin that box. My writing is not right. My tummy just grumbled really loud. I'm not sure if you heard that on the camera. I'm not hungry. I just had some toast. We went to Tesco yesterday and I bought some tiger bread. Me and Paige love tiger bread, and we had some tiger bread toast literally like half an hour ago. It was yummy. So I'm not hungry. Let's see if I've got any movie night like clackerboards, or whether or not we're just going to put a TV sticker on this. I mean, it was on the TV. I didn't go to the movies, obviously. Okay, so I found this movie sticker down here from Paper K. And I actually quite like it because it's movie, but it's on a TV, which is exactly what I did, watched a movie on the TV. Can I get this on here? I'm just going to put it down there like that. It overlaps the Gears of War box a little bit, but I don't mind. Tell you what somebody told me the other day, comment on one of my videos. Somebody undid the binding on the Stalogy and it sorted out the hump. I don't know if I'm brave enough to do that, but I guess... yeah, I guess maybe. Okay, and then I'm going to put down that I went to Tesco's yesterday with my mum. I spent way too much money. So it was raining yesterday. It was really, really miserable. So I was sitting on the couch and I was just sort of trying to do a delivery order of groceries. I think it was from Morrison's. Was it from Morrison's? But obviously they charge you more for certain things on there and I won't pay it. So I was trying to get above the minimum delivery, which is £15, but doing it where I was still getting like stuff that was on offer, good value for money. I just needed bread and milk. So I had bread and milk in the basket and then was buying some stuff that I knew that we needed, but it was all right priced. Anyway, and then there was like a knock at the door. It was my mum and she was like, hey, we're going to Tesco's, are you coming? And I was like, actually, yes, I will come. I need some shopping. So we went there, but Paige was a bit whingy. She was like, oh, we've been here ages. I want to go home. Are we done yet? Can I have this? Can I have that? And I was like, oh, if you don't stop, you are going in the bin when we get home, missus. She hates anything like that and that kind of shopping. So I love doing that when she's at school and stuff, but obviously at the moment she's not at school. So I did have no choice but to take her with me. And then we did play Gears of War last night again. We were stuck on a bit that we'd been stuck on for like 3 days because we're playing it on hardcore. And then we'll go through it probably in a couple of years' time. We'll go through it again on Insane. And then I think Chris really might kill me because he won't be able to deal with how bad I am at it. So yeah, we did finally get past that bit last night. Right, so this is turning out so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to put down that I'm filming this video this morning. I'll try and get it edited this afternoon. Chris is working a lot lately. He's got 8 straight days in a row, but he's got 1 afternoon off. So hopefully I have got lots of time to get catching up on videos and to get some videos in the bank for... Weirdly, I managed to find it harder to film when the kids are at school and I'm at home on my own. I end up finding other stuff to do. Which doesn't make any sense at all, I know, but that's how it is. And then I think I'm going to go and see Nanny Nora and Brian today. Brian rang me while I was in Tesco's yesterday just to check in and see how we were. I've not seen them for a couple of days. My mum's been going because I've been sort of seeing to Dexter a little bit more. But I've always got time for them. I would like to take him to see them, but we have to take him in the trolley. There's no way he'd make the walk. Just because they've not seen him for a while. They can't get to our house anymore, and as not very nice it is to say, they're probably not going to see him very much anymore. He's not going to be here for much longer, I don't think. So yeah, I just want to make sure they get some time with him because Nana and Dexter have an awesome relationship. Dexter has always talked to my nan. He never does it to anybody else. He's never done it to anybody else, but he'll see my nan and he'll just start like gobbling like a turkey, all excited all over her for cuddles and kisses and licking her. I don't know what it is, but they've always had a really funny like bond relationship. It's just so funny. He gobbles like a chicken and we've always just said, what is all that about, Dex? So I think she'd love to see him and he'd love to see her too. To smell her. He's going to smell her now, isn't he? And then just a little bit of washing. That's the only other thing I've got to put on here, so let's have a look for a laundry sticker. Just found a green pad there which we can use on something. Here we go, we've got a yellow laundry sticker that is just perfect for this spread. Okay, and then the only other thing that I've got to put on for this week is for Sunday, we have, of course, got a race. It's race week, finally. We've had the 3-week summer break and it is race week. So that means that I need to pull out my stickers from Crafty Planning. I do have all of the races on here. I'm just realising I've missed a week as well. So this is the one that we are on. Zandvoort. We are in Netherlands. So let's get this on here. And let's figure out the week that I missed then. The 28th to the 30th of July. It was the end of here, wasn't it? Oh, it's this week. I haven't missed it. It's here. Okay, that's all right. Filmed, and I need to put on there. Race. So don't forget to pop that down. Sunday was when I got my first ever super like on the channel. I've never had a super like before. Somebody sent me a super like on that day. No joke. It absolutely made my day. Not because of the money, just because it had never happened before. And it means more to me like that it's a big like. You know what I mean? Oh dear me. The things that make us happy. You know that saying, small minds. Small things amuse small minds. I'm like the poster girl for that. Right, we'll get that back in there then. And I think we're done. I think we are done. I want to put down that Chris is on a half day on a Saturday. And I think we've said that we're going to go to the pub for tea. Just because I know he's just had a week off. But once he's gone back to work, like he's been back at work this week and it's Friday and it feels like it's been so long since we've seen him, and he's genuinely been going to bed at 9:30 every night because he is exhausted. So I said, you've got a half day on Saturday, let's like not have any family round or anything, let's just spend it, the four of us, and go and do something together, because it's just important that we get that time together. For me, it is for him as well, and the kids. But yeah, right, so date dots, the 21st. I think what I'm going to do is to stick them on the date. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick them on the header. Okay, there we go. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. Is that not just super, super summery and fun? I love that so much. Now I've got quite a few extras here. So these are going to go in the used kit graveyard. And we'll probably pick them back up for a plan with me in the task planner or something like that on my book log. So I've got loads of functionals left there, loads of functionals left there, 4 full boxes. We didn't even touch this sheet, and lots of headers there as well. But for now, that's going to be it from me for today. If you like this video, if you can give me a thumbs up, and if you subscribe, I love you forever, and I'll see you soon. Bye!